is Stefanie Maegan. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Because therapy is too expensive. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.
Okay with my body, but I'm like, I don't plan on
getting. You don't like care. You don't care to like do plastic surgery.
No, and I think that's like maybe
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
but
okay.
like, does that make me like? It doesn't make me like a better person because there are things about my body I wish I could like my fupa. I don't like her.
I love that because you're like just accepting of what you have.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter for you to like.
But it does. Aging only terrifies me because like, let's be honest, as a white woman, I don't have any good role models. You know what I mean? Like you're either like you age like a fine wine or a banana. A banana, you know what I mean? If you look at the like really fucked up, racist, terrible white women of the world, the Ann Coulters, the Kellyanne Conways, those women look terrible for their age, and I think that's because of just their pure of Satan's sperm.
I feel like you would be such a hysterical like old lady.
Oh my God, I can't wait. My neighbor told me that.
You would be the best old lady. Like, that's like your neighbor. Like, if I had you as an old lady next door, I would fucking love it.
Oh my God. I literally just want to be the old nosy neighbor in my house coat and mismatched slippers that knows everyone's business. I kind of already am. My neighbor told me that I was. She was like, how did you know our neighbors are having an affair? And I was like, girl, I have it right in front of my window.
Your neighbors
my
having
neighbor
an affair?
Across the street during COVID, they were having an affair. And I can use these names because I don't know my neighbor's name, so I made them up. But it was Marcus and Jasmine, and then the new girl was Sasha.
It's like that movie with Sydney Sweeney. Have you seen that movie with Sydney Sweeney with her and her boyfriend were like spying on her neighbors?
Have I seen that movie?
And they would watch them have sex, and it would watch the guy have an affair, and then she made friends with like the girl that was across the street, but she would like have their own names for them.
Oh my God, no! I wouldn't go as far as making friends with them because I watched the affair happen.
She walked into her work.
I don't even know if I know where she works. I do know that she had to work through COVID and he didn't, because that was the other thing, is that how did you have an affair during COVID? Like, that's so scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also keep in mind, I don't know.
Where was she?
I think she was working. So Jasmine was working, and then Sasha was the girl that would come. And that was like, we like watched it unfurl. And then what's funny is I've seen Jasmine and Marcus like recently, and they seem really happy-go-lucky. So I don't know if it was like
maybe they're in an open relationship.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but then I've never seen Jasmine with a guy, and I'm like, well, I hope maybe that's what she's doing. She's going to the dude's house.
Yeah, that could be it.
I will say though, my highlight of 2020 being a nosy neighbor was across the street. There was a mom, and she was like I literally could hear her from across the street sigh, and she was like and I hear her like walking down the steps, and then she like opens the door to her car, and then like in the apartment window is her son with his face pressed against the window being like, Mom, where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you getting in the car? And the mom gets in the car and reclines the chair back. Like, she just wanted to get away from her son. And her mom was like, are you taking a nap? Do you need a timeout, Mom? Mom, are you okay? Can I come?
How do you have the senses to see and hear these things? Because I feel like for me, I'm deaf as hell, so I'm not going to hear anything that's happening outside of my apartment. And also, I'm blind as fuck too, so I'm not even going to see.
It was Alyssa. I think Alyssa also saw that happen with me too, because it was just so funny, because it was literally this kid just being like, obviously drove his mom up the walls, and instead of her like screaming, she just was like, I need to go sit in my car by myself. And that's what she did. She turned her car on, played the music, and like laid out.
Self-care.
And then I think maybe got out of the car like a few minutes later, but the little boy was like, can I come? Mom, what are you doing? You needed a timeout? Okay. And then he like would walk away, and then his face would pop up in the mirror.
That's how all the parents, I'm sure, were feeling during like quarantine.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
You know that word, quarantine.
You know what's crazy is the fact that I'm like, are we out of it though?
I know, like what's going on? I think the
world is weird. I mean, China's experiencing its worst COVID cases since 2020. Oh yeah.
So are we gonna have like another variant now? What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. But
Tell me, because I don't watch the news as much as I should.
As someone who listens to NPR so much, I have a tote bag and a mug. I think what's happening is that
plug other podcasts.
There you go. Oh my God! Wait, Throughline is a really good podcast. Wait, don't tell me is my favorite. That's just the NPR news quiz. Okay, Peter Sagal I'm your fan. Be nice to Maeve Higgins. None of that makes sense to any of your listeners. Anyway, sorry.
Maybe Nina.
That's like,
Nina watched. Yeah.
You know, Nina knows. Wait, don't tell me. She knows the NPR quiz game. Yeah. She knows Not My Job. She knows that segment. Anyways, okay. She knows about the beef between Peter Sagal and Maeve Higgins. I don't know if it's real, but I sense there's like, Peter Sagal is just very threatened by Maeve Higgins because she's Irish, charming, and funny. Anyways.
Yeah. So she's a you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish I was a Maeve Higgins. Oh, I love her. She has a new book of essays out. I'm reading it right now. That's a plug for, again, nothing but you. But if you go to Broke Girl Therapy, plug yourself. We're 5 minutes in this episode.
Yeah, we should start.
Jesus Christ. There isn't a new variant that I know of. Okay, long story.
Okay.
I was in traffic.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Hi, guys. It's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And guess what?
It's not a surprise. They know. They're like, oh, it took 5 minutes.
Rose is here.
And we know that. Fucking Rose is here. And it's me. I'm the little kid in the apartment. Stephanie, you doing a podcast? Can I come? Can I go with you?
It's the opposite. I feel like I'm always bugging you.
No.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God. I feel like I bug you. See, that's how you know you're really good friends with someone. Is that you
never bug me. I always want to hear from you. I bug you because I want to FaceTime you. All the time. Anyone who knows and anyone that is my friend, I will randomly FaceTime you if I'm just thinking about you.
Which I hate. But I just hate FaceTiming. I hate phone calls.
I don't take it personal, kind of.
But if you keep in mind, I communicate to you the most through the DMs. Like being like, girl, you're so cute. I fucking love you. I wish I'm your number one fan.
You're very,
So I'm there.
Sweet.
But like, yes. And we text like all the time. But yes, you're right. But you're not bugging me.
I know. I was like, Rose, can you come over?
And I'm
Let's
here.
Record.
And I'm here.
I
went through Wednesday traffic for you.
I love
That's
that.
how much I love you. That's how much dedicated I am.
Well, next time I'll come to you.
You'll come all the way to the west side?
Yes. Well, also because I guess maybe, I don't even know when this episode's going to come out because right now I'm like stacking up episodes.
Oh, yeah.
But right now it's what? March something.
It's March 16th.
Okay.
It's my friend Kelly's birthday, so that's why I know that it's March 16th.
I was like, March something.
So are you saying by the time you come out with this episode, a new variant might exist?
A new variant might exist. So that news was not up to date. But I am moving to Oakland in a couple of weeks, and I will be commuting to LA once a month.
Yeah.
Fucking Brian.
Brian.
I'll be commuting to LA once a month via the airplane to record. And, but right now I'm just stacking up episodes, so I just felt whatever you threw on the ground.
I didn't throw it on the ground. It was a cab. I didn't throw it. Look at you with your little spa slippers.
My spa.
Those are cute.
My little knockoff Yeezys.
Feezies?
Feezies.
For your feet. They're feezies for your feet. They're squishy.
I love that.
I stomped the patriarchy in these shoes. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. We don't know. But I'm gonna miss you.
I missed you too. I was literally just here.
You were. We had a going away party.
Do you remember?
I was very fucked up.
Oh, okay. Then you probably don't remember. We had a very like tender, sweet little moment in the kitchen where you were like, Rose, I remember when I first met you, you came on as just this guest. And I thought to myself, I want to be her friend.
I said
this? Don't feel that. I don't even know.
I mean, I know I felt it, but I didn't realize I was saying.
You said it out loud.
Wow.
And you were like, I don't normally feel that way about a lot of people. And like, I thought you were so cool. And like, I'm so happy I have you. And like, and I was like watching you kind of get teary eyed. And I was like, let's get you some more rosé. And you were like, okay. And then I got you more rosé. And then that was the rest of our moment.
Did I give you my deodorant?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Because
I needed it.
I didn't wear deodorant for a couple of days. And I was like, I need to put on deodorant. But I was like, fuck. Where's my deodorant? And I couldn't find it.
Oh my God, you should have texted me because I knew exactly where you put it.
I couldn't remember like at all. I wasn't thinking like I gave it to you at my party. I was just like, yeah, when was the last time I had deodorant? And so I was just like, is it in my... And then I had this flashback of us in my bathroom.
Yes.
And even though my deodorant's running out and I need new deodorant.
No, it was scraping.
Yeah.
But it worked. It was what I needed. I got to see the grid that they packed the deodorant in. It was very bare bones, but I was excited to use it.
Right. But I remember I had this like graphic of me like Did we talk about how we can't do like natural deodorant?
Yes, we both were like, no, it makes me smell bad. More.
Yes.
Give me the aluminum.
I had this like random like rush of memory of that, and then I was like, wait, and then I put it in my like closet.
Yep.
Where I usually don't ever put like my deodorant. So then I opened it, it was still there, and I was like, wait, who was it that I gave my deodorant to? Because I had this conversation. I was like, I think it was Rose.
It was me. And then we immediately had our tender moment in the kitchen afterwards. And then I just gave you more rosé.
That's the thing is like, was I sloppy?
No, you weren't sloppy.
Okay,
you're
good.
Here's the thing. I've seen you sloppy drunk, but I think what was happening is that you were in like mom Steph mode because you were like, is everyone having fun? Does anyone need snacks? Like, do you need more rosé? Do you need sparkling water? Did you get your candle? Like, you were being hostess.
Oh my
God.
God.
I think that like, if, you know, like what I love about drunks as one that is not one is that everything is like once you are the persona that your drunk has chosen for you, you become that persona.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so you were like, I'm hosting a party, so I'm not going to be sloppy. I'm going to be a housewife. And you were very much on your housewife. And I kept joking to everyone. I was like, I know that Steph's drunk because she's not lifting up her feet. And the second I saw that, heard that, or said that, you were like your little
I
tiny,
do, like, drag my feet.
you
I
shuffle your feet. I was like, look at this little Scooby-Doo character.
Yeah, I shuffle my feet when I'm like drunk.
Yes.
Like it's the weirdest thing.
Like your kneecaps are heavy or something. But you were like, I was like, oh, you know she's at her. And I could hear it before I even came to the party. I was like, oh, Steph is lit. But you were just like, you need some? Do you need some? Yay.
Okay,
and then you like looked around and you were like, yay. You were just so happy.
I was so, okay, good. Because I just remember, I mean, I had a great time. I knew I had a great time. But I just remember I never black out. And I don't even want to call it a blackout because it's not like I woke up being like, what happened?
A brownout?
Like I just felt like I knew,
a gray out?
Yeah, I was gray. Like I was like, but it got me kind of feeling a little insecure because I was like, how did I behave?
No, you're super coherent. You were very, very coherent.
Because I really don't remember a lot of things. Like I don't remember that conversation, which made me kind of uncomfortable. So that's why I'm not drinking tonight. Because
you were like,
I don't ever get drunk like that anymore. Like usually it's just like a few glasses of wine and then I pass out. But then like I was just lit. And then I didn't like the fact that I didn't feel in control. But I'm glad that I looked like I was in control because in reality I wasn't there.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something right now.
Right.
Y'all never convince me to drink. Like the way people talk about drinking, I'm like, why is that fun? Mm-hmm. You wake up and you're like, wait, did I offend you? Like what? Right. I would hate that feeling. I already feel that naturally. I don't need to feel that like, I know that I probably
That's why I was
did.
like, okay, I'm going to take a break. Because like I didn't really drink a lot for a little bit. And then I feel like lately I've been kind of drinking a lot. I think maybe I just have more time on my hands.
You're kicking it. You're partying.
I'm kicking it, yeah. And I was like celebrating, whatever.
It was a literal party.
It was literally a party.
That's what you do at a party is you drink.
Right. And so I think but now I'm like, okay, I want to be like remembering things.
Exactly.
I don't like the feeling of not remembering. Like I remember with Quay, I was like, what did I talk to you about? Because I was really nervous that like maybe, I don't know. You just never know. Like
you talked about politics in a very inappropriate setting.
Right.
Yes, all the time.
But he was like, no, you're just talking about the Philippines.
Oh, you did talk about the Philippines a lot. And you were, oh yeah, I do actually remember that. I was like, you were talking about like what it means to be Filipino. And then you were explaining this Philippine song.
What?
I forgot. Oh shit. Now I gotta talk to Quay and be like, what was that conversation?
A Filipino song?
There was like some song you were trying to explain and you were like, it goes like this, and you would like start it and then you'd be like, do you need more rosé, to like someone else, and we'd be like, finish the song, and you were like, what song?
Remember.
Exactly. You didn't even remember the song. So you don't know what song I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh, there was like some Filipino song that you were like, no, we're gonna learn this by the end of the night, and then all of us were like, that's not gonna happen.
I'm really confused. Maybe I'll remember later.
I love this.
But yeah, but I guess he was just like saying how I wanted to like speak all the different dialects from the Philippines and visit every single island, which is true. Like I would love that.
There you go.
But the fact that I'm just ranting about it is just like, where did this come from?
I don't.
Like it's the
maybe
most
because
random.
you're moving and you're like, ooh, let's go on trips with my bae. I want to take him to the homeland.
Right. And so I just was preaching about how
Was it the national anthem you were trying to teach us? I don't know.
even know the national anthem of the Philippines. I know.
Maybe you thought you did. That's my other favorite thing about
I make
drunks.
shit up. Yeah, sometimes I make shit up.
When
Sometimes
people
I
are
don't
drunk,
even know
I love how confident they are. It's my favorite thing.
I was so confident.
Yeah, you were like, I know this song. And you were like, I'm going to teach it to you. And we were all like, what song? And you were like, no
idea.
song.
I really don't know.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Maybe, I don't even know. I really don't know. Anyways,
it was a great party. I had fun. It was a great party.
I'm glad. And I'm glad that you met the twins.
I met the twins.
Nikki was starstruck. As soon as she saw you walking by the window to enter, she was like, Rose is here. And she like startled. She was like so excited to meet you. The twins were so excited to meet you.
Oh my God, Nikki sat next to me and I was just like, hey girl. And I like went like this and now that explains it because she was like, hi. And I was like, oh my God, Nikki. Like it's so, oh my God.
Do you know which one
both
she
of
was
them.
though?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
can you just submit it on the podcast? You can't tell the difference, can you? Can
No,
you?
I can.
I bet now that you've hung out with them.
Yeah. At first I couldn't.
First of all, they sound different. And I think that helps.
Their personality's completely different.
Yes, because I didn't realize because Cammie was literally gave me a free astrology reading of basically the next 6 months, and I was just like,
No,
this
that's
is fucking-
Nikki.
No, it was Cammie doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Nikki's the one that will give you an astrology reading.
Well, because the thing is that Cammie was giving it to me because she was like, I'm like, getting into this in China because we were also like comparing our charts.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Nikki was like too starstruck to do it because also the other thing was that they told me about how they got their names and how they thought their parents thought it was a boy and a girl. So they had the name Nicole already.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Nicole
yeah.
came out and Nicole was like, yeah, that's how and then I can't remember where they came out with Cammie, but Cammie was like, yeah, it was just like, that's my name.
That's
like
my name.
It's not even like an Argentinian name or something.
Right,
it was just
right.
like, okay, just give it to you. So it was very sweet. But it was like, they were the sweetest people ever. And I was so excited to meet them.
Yeah, no, Nikki was so excited.
And they're so cute.
They're so cute. And they're so nice and so
Yeah.
fun.
And they don't live that far from me. I invited them to my party.
Are they coming?
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, I'll text them.
Oh, yes, please do.
Okay, because we're going to make
Because I don't have their number because we only are DM friends. And then we'll be like, well, we're friends, but like,
Yeah, it's like a step.
It
At
is.
first, you have to do like DMs and then eventually exchange the numbers.
Yeah, and I don't know. My mom did not my mom. Who said it to me? Maybe it was my dad. But someone was like, I'm too fruitful with my phone number. Because if someone's like, I think you're really cool, I'm like, here's my phone number. It's also,
I guess I don't do that.
See, and I just do that because I'm like, what? I don't know. Can you steal my identity through my phone number? You can harass me, but I'll just block you. But it's literally been the same phone number I've had since like
It's my
ninth grade.
Right, it's the only phone number I've ever had besides my landline.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I miss my landline.
Me too. I still use it for my Ralph's.
Oh, mine too. Oh, my God. That's like one of my favorite things. Do you remember the song that Mike Jones had where it was like his phone number?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Mike Jones had a song where it was like his phone number that you could call him and he would actually pick up.
Oh, shit.
And now it's an automated thing, but it's now the phone number that like me and my sister memorize, and that's what we would use at like the savings, like soft, like
it works?
safe. Yeah, at like Safeway and like all these things. It's like everyone uses that phone number.
Send me that phone number.
I will. Oh God. Oh fuck. I said I just memorized it, but I can put it in a keypad. I do know how to do that, but I don't know the number itself.
Right, you're thinking, yeah, I get that. Let's read some emails.
Okay, let's read some emails.
18 minutes into the conversation.
3 hours later.
3
See, you don't
hours.
even have it set up though.
I mean, I already located into your folder.
Also, excuse my allergies.
An allergy season.
Oh my
Do you want an
God.
allergy pill?
Are we popping pills on the show now?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the off-brand of Claritin.
Oh, Claritin?
Claritin.
Or no, they actually have a name. I think it's like, no, I can't remember. Yes, but yeah, the Claritin.
Okay, I'll get the Claritin.
If you don't mind. In the meantime, I'll entertain people with a tale of how this is awkward. I don't know how to kill time. That's so weird. Oh, I do have to say my favorite episodes are your solo pod because of how deeply you edit them.
Oh, yeah. Because they always end up being like the last one was like 3 hours long.
Because it was you're waiting for people to like pick up and stuff.
Yeah, and also, people like talk.
This is literally just called allergy relief. It's not even like trying to be a fake name of
No,
a
it's
fake
just like
name.
allergy relief.
But yeah, this is not the one that makes you sleepy. Okay, good.
Yeah, no. I don't do those sleepy ones, those drowsy ones.
Oh, I don't know, man. As someone who doesn't drink, if you take 2 Benadryls, oh, that's always fun.
I know, but I feel like shit the next day.
Yeah, there is a hangover effect that happens
like
with
that.
Benadryl. I remember one time I took 2 Benadryl pills at the Mexican airport because I was like, I hate flying and I didn't have any Xanax. So I took 2 Benadryls.
What? Xanax?
Well, it's just for flying.
Okay,
like
okay,
I literally,
okay.
because I have a massive fear of flying, and I took 2 Benadryls, and in my mind, I was like speaking fluent Spanish, and I realized that I was not speaking fluent Spanish. I was just staring intently in people's eyes and being like, I'm speaking Spanish in my head, and people are like, why is this bitch staring at me?
This is the most I've heard about any drug use you've ever done.
I know, because it's fucking Benadryl, because I'm a child,
And a
basically.
Claritin.
Claritin, Xanax. But yeah, I take like literally the smallest dose of Xanax just to like knock me out on
Right.
flights. Now I'm a lot better with flying because I do it so
Right.
much.
I
But
feel
like,
I'd be so I don't know why.
I just hate flying.
I hate flying too.
just
I'm just
the worst.
impatient. I just want to I don't like.
Just get me
sitting
there.
Yeah.
Because it literally takes like a whole like hour and a half to like get on the plane,
Right,
and then you
it's
sit on the
so-
plane for 20 minutes.
I can't stand airports.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate airports.
Yeah, and I just hate sitting there cramped in my little small seat. I need to fucking do first class.
Oh,
Even though I've never done it, but I should.
Bitch, I won't lie. Alaska Airlines. I always do that whole
Really?
upgrade me for $50. It's
I mean, I've
so
done
worth
it
it.
on JetBlue. I do like JetBlue.
There you go. That's a good one.
Right.
Just find your people and then just start getting your miles and
Right.
racking those up and
I mean, that's what's gonna happen when I move to Oakland, and I have to
you
I'm gonna be
go.
flying out here, which is fine because the fucking flights are 30 to 45 minutes.
oh my God, especially if you're going to Burbank.
Yeah, I'm
the
going
Bob
to fly
Hope,
to Burbank. Yeah, I'm not
one of
even
my
go-
favorite airports because
Yes.
it feels fake. You're like, is there
It does
TSA?
feel right.
You just walk it out.
It feels
and then
like
you
a
walk
movie
in.
set.
It
Yeah.
does. It feels like a movie set.
Yeah.
This is the scene where you just send the character off. Anyways,
Right.
read the email.
Okay.
In
I love
need of
this set.
having some big sister advice.
In need of some big sister advice.
You're the only big sister here. I'm a little sister.
Oh yeah. Well, you're talking about in siblings.
Yeah, and siblings.
Which I actually did an episode with my brother.
Oh, I do remember that actually. Oh my God, I remember that.
No,
That's
it's
an
not even
old
out
one.
yet. No.
Wait, you didn't do it with one with your brother?
I just recorded one recently.
Why did I think you did an episode with your brother before?
I never did.
No, you've done a bunch of. You know what? You're gonna hate me for this. You've done a bunch of episodes with your dad.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought your dad and
You're
your
like,
brother
"Oh."
for a hot second. I was like, oh man, that sweet old man. I'm like, that is definitely her father, Rose, not her brother. But your dad also looks great for his age.
He does. He's almost no, he is 70.
No.
Yes.
He looks great for 70.
70.
So much so, I thought it was your
Wait.
brother. It was
Wait, he's not 70. He's in his 60s.
still looks great for 60.
He was born my mom was 1961. He's 3 years older. So 1958. What's 1958 minus 20?
65, because my dad was born in
Okay.
1957 and my mom was born in 1951. That's why I
Okay,
know.
yeah. So he's 65.
There you go.
Yeah.
Way to go, Dad. You're almost 70.
You thought I was 70?
But acting
Still
and looking
looks
are two
great.
different things.
Right,
So,
exactly.
Great job, Dad.
All right,
Okay.
let's read the email. I'll read this one.
Okay.
Hi, Stefanie. First, I just want to say I love listening to the pod every week. I love everything that you do, and listening to you has helped me through many situations in my life. This is sweet. You are like the big sister that everyone needs. Oh my God. Stop. I am a big sister.
I can't with you. I'm such a big sister.
I'm such a big sister.
I'm like a cool big sister. I'm not like an annoying big sister.
Honestly, that's how
teach
I
you.
say to my brother. I was like, you're cool, older sister.
Oh my God. And you needed that validation,
I
didn't
did.
you?
Yeah.
It's okay. We all have our
Yeah.
weird
It's
thing.
fine.
I want my sister to say she loves me.
Does
It's
she
fine.
not say she loves you?
Not enough.
Aw.
It's
okay.
I think. I don't know.
Back to the
Wow.
Back to the
really heavy on the therapy today.
Right.
Let's go.
Do you want to unpack this?
No, it's fine. I'll leave
Okay.
it in the luggage.
Okay. Right now, I could use some advice about a guy that I'm seeing.
Ooh.
Basically, we have
It's always about a guy. It's always about a guy.
it's always about.
It's always about a guy.
That's
Okay.
why we're here.
Let's go.
Basically, we have known each other for a while because I work with his mom. We really have my eyes just crossed.
No worry.
Like, I like don't know.
As both of us were like, we should be wearing our glasses today.
But we really have only started talking seriously around September of this year.
Okay.
We are both 22 years old. Oftentimes after I hang out with him, I find myself shutting down emotionally.
Oh.
That's weird.
Okay.
In the moment when I hang out with him, I am enjoying it. But once I am done hanging out with him, I feel nothing. It is as if my body stops feeling any kind of emotions, and I have this feeling of emptiness.
Oh, bitch.
It feels as though my mind is trying to stop me from even falling for him in any way. I should probably add that my last relationship ended unexpectedly through text. My ex and I hung out the day before, and the next day he texted me that he wanted to end our relationship, and now I fear that people may do the same thing. I'm not sure if this is some kind of coping mechanism, because I will often try and convince myself that I do not even like him that much, so that the time does come in the future. So that if the time does come in the future where we should do the same thing as my ex did, then I would be prepared for it in a way.
Oh.
I would love to hear if any advice. Thank you.
Oh my God. The second you were reading what she was describing, I was like, guilty.
I felt like you, yeah.
Oh, I'm so guilty of this.
I could feel when you felt like you connected to that.
When she was like, oh yeah, I hang out with this guy. He makes me feel so amazing and so great in the moment. And then I go home and then I feel absolutely nothing. And I was like, my first thought, and keep in mind, I'm not a I'm not a therapist. I'm not a professional.
None of us are. We're just,
as much as I wish I was.
It's just big sister advice.
Big sister advice. It made me think of, this is kind of how my doctor described my depression to me the first time, because she was like, well, you are not an introvert, right? But you have introverted tendencies. And the way that you can tell the difference between an extrovert and an introvert is in the sense that, like, imagine you go to a house party, right? And you are at a battery and you're at 50% when you go into this house party. If you feel fully energized by the end of that house party, you're an extrovert. If you feel under 50% after that house party, you're an introvert. So it's this idea that, like, that's how you know the difference between introverts and extroverts. Now, if you're someone who is having to feel like you have to put on a projection, which I constantly have to do with being bipolar and suffer from depression, I put on this persona of like, I'm happy, I'm great, this is amazing, this boy is great, I can see that he's great, it's amazing. And then I go home and then I feel completely drained and I'm emotionally exhausted because I had to feel like I had to put on this show because I'm still reeling from the pain of an ex, or I'm still reeling from a pain of like, oh fuck, this happiness. Because people don't realize that sometimes good emotions or happiness can also trigger trauma, because it could be this whole idea where you're like, this can be taken away from me at any point.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we've all kind of felt that way to like one extent.
Yeah.
To like a certain extent. Like I feel like for me, you know, with my first boyfriend being together for 5 years, like after that, I feel like it took, like, I feel like I had started getting like abandonment issues.
Yep.
Because of it. Because I felt like, but for me, like I didn't like get cold. Maybe sometimes depending on the guy, but I think most of the time I would really just try to like cling on or overthink because I was like, didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a common thing that happens, and it means there's nothing wrong with you, dear reader. It's very normal, but it in a weird way, you know, you brilliantly already thought of what it could be, which is a coping mechanism. It's just you protecting yourself. You realize that you've been hurt in the past and it was from a man, and here you are being like, oh great, this is another human being that's also a man who's hurt me. So you're kind of just playing it very safe to the chest, and that's okay. Ways of getting out of that, though, is sometimes just being actually really vocal with the person. Because sometimes, like when I was first starting dating Anthony, like I would have such a great time with him, and then the second I left, I would feel emotionally drained, and I just kind of brought it up to him, and then he also brought up his own like trauma and issues, and he was like, oh, actually, like, well, do you want to, like, I don't know, like watch a movie so we're just sitting in silence, like we don't have to like do anything too crazy or too wild. And it was nice because it didn't feel like there was any pressure on the moment. It was just the idea that like I really enjoy this energy and this person I'm with, so I'm just going to enjoy the energy and the person I'm with, and not feel like I have to put on a show,
just like stay still and just be calm and just be like yourself,
present,
and be present. Like I think that was a good thing, just kind of mentioning how you feel. Like I feel like just holding your feelings accountable. Like I think just like she's already doing the work of recognizing that like, oh, this is a coping mechanism and this is how I feel. Like I think she's already doing what she should be doing. It's like recognizing how she's feeling, owning up to that. So I think just like never feeling ashamed of the way that you feel. So if it is brought up in the conversation with this guy or whoever in the future, like you're just honest with that because that yourself, and the right person is gonna like accept you for that, for no matter what. Just how like Anthony did. Anthony was like, well, I like you for you, so whether it's this and that, like he has his own shit too.
Exactly.
So, I think she's already doing the right thing of just understanding where it's coming from. I just think that she just needs to like not like just don't find shame in that and just hold your feelings.
And don't like put too much pressure on it either, because it doesn't necessarily mean you're like insensitive or cruel or whatever. It just means that sometimes, like, let's be honest, like joy can be really exhausting.
Oh yeah,
like you really can come home from Disney and be like, I could sleep for days,
or like a day at the beach and just be like, I am tired.
Oh my god. Or like being tired from vacation where you're like, I need a vacation from my vacation. It's like there could be a lot of like, people don't talk about that enough. The stress that comes behind happiness and joy sometimes of it could be very exhausting.
Exactly.
And so there is the layer obviously of like keeping your feelings close and this idea that it reminds you of like, oh, my ex really fucked me over. And then it could also be this idea of like, you could just be really tired. This could just be a huge energy exchange. And like, obviously you're being really careful because like this boy you work with his mom, you've liked him for a really long time. You're having, oh my God, now I'm getting all like, that's such a fun early stages of like dating are just fun.
It's so much fun. So I think just kind of like taking it day by day. Like I feel like when me and Brian started, dating, it was like right after, me and Morgan broke up and he cheated on me. So I was really going through like that heartbreak, and it was confusing, like being so heartbroken over this guy that I like thought I was in love with, and now like falling for someone new. So it was like these weird feelings where, thankfully I like already kind of done the work on myself, like emotionally and mentally, that I was able to like catch myself and realize like, okay, like this person, like it's okay if he leaves. Like you kind of have to accept that like people come in and out of your life and just be like, but I know I will be fine.
Yep. Seasons and reasons.
Right. Yeah. And so just kind of enjoying the moment and not putting any pressure and just take it day by day and let things just grow on its own, and also let things fail on its own too. Like it's just, it is what it is.
It's part of life. Big sister certified. Woo!
We love that. Aww. I feel like you're like a big sister to me.
I really wish I was a big sister.
You're my big sister.
Thanks. I'm the like bigger sister.
I feel like
I'm like taller. Yeah, I'm taller than my sister, so that's why I'm like, I'm the bigger sister.
It's so funny because people always think that I'm tall. Like when they just see me online.
You got tall energy.
Do I have tall energy?
You have tall energy.
Like you see my like Instagram and my videos.
Your presence. You got tall energy.
Really?
Someone told me I just look tall. Like my coworkers like on Zoom when they met me in person, they were like,
you just look
that's
tall.
That's Rose. She's tall. You look like a bean. You're a tall bean.
But it's like I'm not like 4'11", but
you are tiny.
I'm like 5'3".
You're cute. You're little. It's because you're little.
I'm like a schmedium.
Oh, that's what you want to tell yourself, yeah?
It's because I have a lot of friends. I'm Filipino. Like if you look at like other Filipino women, like they tend to be like shorter. Like Asian women are shorter.
Yeah. So embrace your tiny bones.
And that's fine, but I'm just saying in comparison to like my community.
Oh, gotcha. You're
like I'm not.
You're super tall.
I'm not like super tall, but I'm not the tall, small, like Filipino type.
Do you want the title of schmedium?
I'm a schmedium.
Okay, I'll give you the title of schmedium.
Yeah.
You a schmedium.
People were like, damn, I really thought you'd be like super tall. I'm like, no, I'm 5'3".
You got big energy. Well, because the other thing is that I don't.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11". I don't know how tall anyone is because I am tall.
Right.
And as the kid that's always been tall, I'm kind of like, you could say you're 6'4", and I'd be like, okay. Like, I just don't understand height.
I guess for me, like, I just think everyone's like, not everyone's, it's like I don't know. Yeah, I'm always in the middle. It's like, okay, you're shorter than me, you're short. But everyone that's just taller than me, and if they're not considered tall, I'm like, you're tall to me.
I think everyone is my height until they tell me differently. And then I'm like, oh, you're
Are you taller than my boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm taller than Brian.
Okay.
Because we hugged, and that was one of those things. Because Anthony was the only boyfriend that's ever been taller than me.
He's tall.
He's 6'3". He was the only boyfriend.
Then Brian is what? Like 5.
He's about 5'10".
10?
Yeah, 5'10", 5'9".
Because you guys are not like drastically.
No, it's not. I mean, his hair is bigger than mine.
Rachel's tall.
Rachel and I are the same height.
Yeah, Rachel's tall.
Yeah.
Like, I like this game.
But the thing about Rachel is Rachel has a better posture than me because I
Rachel
definitely
does have
I
great
feel like I
posture.
carry myself very because I got 22 pounds on my chest.
Yeah,
so
you
I
got some
carry
titties.
myself like this sometimes, not
Yeah.
because I'm not like confident because my voice says
Yeah.
otherwise, but like the idea that like I like Rachel, she's tall,
She's
and
like
elegant,
right.
And I love
You're
her.
tall
and
and
I miss
elegant
her.
and loud.
I'm not elegant.
Okay, you're tall and loud.
Yeah,
You're
like,
the loud friend.
I'm the loud friend. I don't want anyone to.
You're
think,
not elegant.
Yeah,
You're
I'm not
right,
going to claim
sorry.
that world. I don't want to get canceled for claiming elegant, and everyone's like, "She is not
Not
elegant," and I'm like, "You're right. I am not elegant.
Elegant.
I am not an elegante."
Yeah, you're the tallest one on the show because Harrison's shorter than me.
Yeah, but Harrison also carries big.
He does.
Because here's the thing about Harrison, when I see, because I
Yeah,
don't.
you met Harrison for the first time.
Not the first time. I've met Harrison numerous. We've been
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
we
podcast.
were the pod together.
I'm sorry, you recorded with your brother already, and I watched the episode. We're even now.
Okay.
We gotta keep tabs.
We have, yeah.
We're homies.
Yes.
Also, people don't know him as Harrison on this.
Oh, sorry, HK.
You have to bleep it
I'm gonna
out,
have to
don't
bleep
you?
it out now, yeah.
HK. You don't know his real name, but yeah, no. HK is like one of those people where, like, when he first stood, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you're that height, right? But he carries
He's
tall.
petite. He's petite.
But he carries tall,
personality,
and he's
yeah.
a big personality.
Quay's
his height. Quay's about like 5'8",
not
5'9".
Yeah, Quay's like a 5'9" like guy.
But
And
Quay
then-
is also one of those guys that just kind of, I mean, he even gave me the like, oh, like he knows, he's like Rose is tall. You know what I mean?
But
and
Quay has a 5'9" personality.
he's got a 5'9" personality because he's like, I'm average. Like my height is average. I'm an amazing, great human being.
Yes, incredible human being.
But I am
And a
this
great
tall.
friend.
And a great homie, but I'm this
Right.
tall, right?
I feel like if Quay was like over 6 feet tall, he'd be an asshole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The same way that if I was a dude, I would be like the "Can I get a hug, dude?"
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's
You would.
fair assumptions. I would be.
I'm sorry, Quay.
I would be. Is he here right now?
I
As
mean,
your
he lives
roommate?
there.
Oh my god,
But
that
he's
is
not
his
here.
stuff. He plays guitar.
Yes, I told him to play guitar at my party, but we were all too drunk.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that to him.
Yeah, no, he was.
It
down.
would have been like
no, he was down.
Wonderfall, not Wonderwall. It would have been like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, he was gonna do like, I just wanna do help you. We were
Daniel
practicing as
Caesar?
we were like getting ready.
Were you gonna sing together as
Yeah.
a duet?
But I got drunk.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you did it, and you were like, there was a spotlight, and then
Yes.
Sierra came in and was like, you're going to be the next, like, American Idol. Sierra's not part of American Idol. It was Katy Perry that came in, and you were like, no, I have a podcast. Sorry, I don't know what I'm going with this.
I feel like it's just so much rambling in this episode, but I love it.
You know
I
what?
love
The next episode will be smoother. I promise. This
Okay.
is like a warm-up.
This one I feel like you would really relate to.
Okay.
Back in the dating world after 6 years.
Oh, okay. I'm only doing 3 years. Oh, Jesus, that's a thick ass paragraph.
I'm gonna eat a Chipotle, not Chipotle.
Eat your
Chipotle.
Taco
Chalupa.
Bell.
I
Eat
know,
your
guys.
Taco
This is
Bell.
a mukbang. I'm just really hungry.
Do you want to explain to people who don't know what? Also, there's cheese on the soundboard.
This is so unprofessional.
This is why the headphones were going crazy earlier.
probably why the headphones are going crazy.
Does this person want to remain anonymous? No, they're a Leo. Oh my God, they're also. Oh, I thought I said from Washington. They're not from Washington. Okay, so I recognize this name though. This is weird.
I
Anyways,
feel like a lot of people have that name.
right? Should we just Google it? No. Okay. Hey, girl, new listener. So glad I
Love
found you in this
that.
podcast. Here's some backstory. I was in a long-term relationship of 5 years, and we were engaged for most of our mid-late 20s. Oh my God, is this my high school friend? Okay, sorry. I found out 2 weeks before our wedding that he was cheating on me with another woman. The other woman reached out to me via Instagram DMs, #feminism, and let me know that they were in a relationship that lasted for 2 years. This was not the first time he cheated on me when I was broken up with him. It was super hard starting fresh as a 28-year-old who has lived with him and had the embarrassment of an engagement ending. But I was a boss-ass bitch. Yes, you are, girl, because you're a Leo. Bought my own home, got a job promotion, and spent last year dedicating myself to weekly therapy.
Love this for you.
Love this story. So here we are today. I have been in the dating game since January 2022. Same, girl, you and me both. And I have gone. Yeah, we broke up in January. For those who don't know, I'm single, but I'm also not ready to mingle. I'm just single right now. And we have, and I've gone on a good amount of dates. At first, I was trying to date safe men that I knew would be nothing like my ex and really step out of my usual type. However, the attraction wasn't there for me, and I decided to download Tinder instead of using Hinge and Bumble. Okay, wait, pause. That is a thing.
There's a thing.
Like, if you want to get down and dirty and like make horrific decisions, like Tinder, we've talked about this. Tinder is the gross little brother that's not even invited to the frat party. He's like, he's got scurvy. Like, he's old school.
You just want to lower your standards.
Yeah, you're just like, you know what? I just want a Q-tip. Right. Just get in, get out, clean me out. Bye.
That's it.
The door locks behind you, okay? Girl, let me tell you.
Tinder is the streets.
Tinder is the streets. Not a cul-de-sac. It's the streets or the suburbs. Girl, let me tell you, these men on Tinder were my usual type.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, fuck boys.
Like, okay, that's her.
But I just said, no, she was like, no, she's subscribing to us. She would also agree that Tinder is just about the hookups.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, I lost my place. I have to do the highlighting. Okay. Usual types, fuck boys. But I decided that I was going to have some fun and potentially start a hoe phase since I haven't slept with a man other than my ex in 6 years. Way to go. Yeah. Well, I met a guy on Tinder and we talked on the app for 2 weeks, and then we started sending texts and voice memos for another week. Then finally went on our date last week. It was the best first date I've had in a minute, and it made me question if I truly wanted a hoe phase because our connection was so amazing. That's what happened to me and Anthony. Our conversation was seamless, and he truly allowed me to be comfortable and be my authentic self. After the date, we started communicating even more and both said that we were really into each other and we were both looking for a relationship and not just a hookup. We decided that this weekend we would go on another date, and he was going to plan that we were going on. Well, this past Friday, I was having a girls' night with my best friend. And I told him about it, and he was like, I would love to come and buy us some drinks. That sounded great. I was so eager to see him again.
Wait, I'm sorry. Back up. I somehow my ADHD kicked in. And
that's fine. Never apologize for things that you can't control.
So
she's out with her homegirls.
Okay.
Right?
And he's like, I want to come join, buy you guys drinks.
They have a date. They have a date on the books, but she hangs out with her homegirls before the date.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I'm with my girls. And he's like, hey, I want to buy you guys some drinks. And she was like, that sounded really great. And my friend was so eager to see him. So he met us at the bar and we all took shots and had a great evening. However, my best friend and I got way too drunk because of our pre-gaming and the amount of tequila shots we had even before he even got there. Trigger warning for you and your gag reflexes. He was a true gentleman and told me that he would drive us back to my house because we were too drunk to drive. Aww. And he didn't want to pay for us. He didn't want us to pay for an Uber. When we got back to my house, my friend drunkenly passed out in his guest bedroom. Okay. And me and this boo started hooking up.
Well, nice. He has a guest bedroom.
Right. Well, she got her own house, but he got a guest bedroom. That's pretty big.
Right.
We hadn't even kissed at this point yet. The tequila was telling me that this is what I wanted. Probably because I hadn't had sex in so long.
Right. Yeah,
the sex was amazing. Mind blowing. He left my house at 4:38. Oh, this is her guest house. She was like my guest house. Her guest bedroom, I mean. We're at her house.
Oh, okay.
So not
dyslexia.
him.
You're dyslexic.
Sorry, my dyslexia kicked in. So he drives them back to her house. The friend passes out in her guest bedroom of the house she owns.
Okay.
And then she starts hooking up with the boo. And because they hadn't had sex, they hadn't been kissed yet. The sex was amazing and mind-blowing. He left my house at 4:30 a.m. and drove back to his house. Oh, I miss those drives. Keep in mind, we were supposed to go on a date that weekend. Well, the whole weekend, I got 10 to 15 texts from him total, where before we were talking nonstop. He had reached out about the date, and then I asked him today, parentheticals, Monday, about seeing each other again. He said, yes, we could link this week, but when I told him my availability, no response. Do you think sleeping with him pushed him away? Was he ever in this for the sex? Now that he's gotten it, is he done with me? I'm just so confused because of how great the date was and the fact that we were both on the same page for looking at a relationship. Is he just a fuck boy, or should I chill out and see what happens from here? Wondering if you could call him out on the vibe change or just chill and see what happens. However, that may lead to me getting hurt, and I don't want that. Thanks, sending love.
First, I mean, I think, you know, when you go on Tinder, there is that kind of expectation that something like this is going to happen. And I also think, like, it's not because you gave up sex right away. I hate when that, like, reasoning gets put upon us.
Yep.
You know, bullshit. Like, you wanted it, he wanted it, you know, it's fine. I think it really comes down to, like, more than just you giving it up if he's going to stay around. So it could be, like, not even anything to do with you. Like, I think, like, maybe his ex hit him up. You know what I mean? Like maybe he like got busy with work. Like, it's just one of those things. And also, it's not really like something you should even try to figure out. I just think, like, I don't know, just kind of go with it. I think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What advice do you have?
Yeah, I feel like it's always kind
of hard to say what he's thinking because,
I mean, you know me, I would be like, what the fuck's the deal? I would just immediately text him and be like, we good, homie? Like, you were texting me nonstop.
Right.
Crazy Rose would go scroll up and send him. I've done this before. Screen grab all the great text messages that we had and sent it to the dude once.
Done that before?
Yep. I sent it to, his name was Anthony, and I sent it to Anthony, and I was like, remember these? And he was like, what is this? And I was like, when we used to talk all the time. This was like when we were first like started, before we started dating. And he was like, and he thought it was funny, and he was like, okay, what do you know? And I was like I don't want to play.
Though. Like, I feel
that's me.
That's your personality. If I did that, I would just.
Yeah, but that was like also me, and then also like, let's be honest, like Anthony he even admitted, he was like, I'm a shitty communicator. He's like never by his phone, and he was like, the reason why we were talking nonstop is because like that was 2 hours I had nothing to do. It was a weekend, of course I was like, and then like when I was thinking about the idea of like us like texting nonstop, it was also like, no, there would be like 2 hours where I wouldn't hear from him because he was working, or like I would put my phone down, and you're like, oh, is it nonstop? Or it just seems like that because you saw that I sent a text, so you responded, and then you just kind of go back and forth, and there's a good like rapport and flow to it. So there's that factor. And then I think just also the idea of maybe being like hitting him back with a response, because I also don't think there's any fuck the text rules. Like, fuck the whole like don't double text. I hate that shit. It's just kind of like, it's weird. It's also, I just think, unfair. Just text. Just be like, hey, everybody still have plans?
Just say how, exactly. I think just say how you feel. But and if he like looks at that as crazy, then you probably should be with him.
Yeah. And I've also realized that most of the time when I've called out guys being like, was this just sex? After like, you know, they get it and you're like, was this just sex? And they're like, no, I'm like, no, this was just sex. Like, if they try to lie and be like, no, you're great. I'm like, I know I'm an amazing human being. I know that I'm the shit. I'm so sorry that you don't get that. So like, if it was just about sex, sure. Okay. Thank you so much. Keep it pushing.
Right.
Homegirl seems like she's really in a good headspace right now too, because you've had all these amazing, and you're thriving, and it's nice. This might be like a really good, like, kind of distraction, or like this really good moment of getting you back into things. But even you were maybe a little hesitant about like, yes, you had feelings with him, but then you were like, like saying no to your potential hoe phase is kind of like maybe heartbreaking for you, or something. I don't think
she really knows what she wants.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like, because what I'm feeling from this email is that she's not quite sure what she wants. Yeah, she has a lot of things. You know, she has her, house, a career, all these things that are great, but obviously now you're like, oh, wait, I want to get into whole phase. Wait, I like this person. Like, I think you're still figuring out what you want, and that's fine, because that's just dating in general. So just kind of look at this as like where you're going to figure out what you want through this man, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
You know, like every person that you date is like an experience, and you kind of take something away from that and be like, okay, I like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I think if they do like communicate again, like I think she should say something and be like, oh, like, I liked when we like would text back and forth, or I'm a texter. I like to text.
I like
back.
texting.
Like when I started dating Brian, like I told him like I don't like texting. Like I just like I would rather just be on the phone.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm a
know.
phone call person.
Yep.
I'm a talker, not a texter. That's why I have a podcast.
Yep. True. What's weird though, because I love talking and I'm good at it, but
But you love writing. I don't like writing. I don't like writing. I hate writing.
I love crafting a text. I
hate
Oh my
crafting a
God. When
text.
you see me, you should see me when I'm like double chinning on like the couch being like, hey, funny response. Yeah, that's me.
No.
Oh my God. I love
I don't like texting.
I'm writing you a love letter. It's not a text. It's a love letter, Steph.
I know, but I'm not good with my like.
You're like, here, let me call you up and tell you about how much I love the love
Like I'll call you and tell you how much I love you, or just say it to you in person vocally. But if I had to put it into words, it would just seem like a generic like.
See, and you're bringing up a really interesting thing, which I think we should just like squash right now. And what needs to be talked about immediately from anyone you meet on a dating app, Tinder, Hinge, Muggles are us. I don't know. But like whatever it is.
Muggles are us.
I would assume that's like a Harry Potter dating thing where it's
Okay.
only Muggles, but that want to date, like have a fetish for wizards. Anyway, sorry, that's a tangent.
Yeah.
I'm going to write the fan fiction tonight. But no, like any of that stuff, I think what needs to be happening immediately is tell me your communication style.
That's
like
the thing.
right off the bat.
Everyone communicates so differently.
Yes.
Like, and the fact that I told, because Brian honestly is more of a texter than a
Yep.
like he doesn't like me on the phone, but because I was like, no, you're not about to get to know me
Via
through
text.
Like
Yep.
it's just because you won't get to know me.
Yeah.
Because I won't respond for a while. Like I'm gonna be dry. I'm gonna have a bunch of
Yeah.
typos.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. So it's like I rather talk. So
I love that.
because I said that up front, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the relationship. And now he FaceTimes me every day.
And I think that's really smart just to do, even if
Right.
it's someone that you're just fucking being like, yo, bro, if you want to hit me up for a booty call, like you got to text me.
Right.
Or you got to call me.
I feel like in every kind of, like even with me and you, I'm like,
Yes.
I'm a FaceTimer. You're like, I don't do that.
But there are times that I will answer
Yeah,
because
we'll
I love you.
compromise.
Yes.
We'll compromise. And
Once
I'll
every-
text you before I
Yep.
FaceTime you. Like, well, I have
So
this
I can put
flow.
a shirt on for
Right.
most of the time because I'm just like in the buff in my apartment by myself,
Right.
just me and bats chilling.
Right.
But yes, like you give, but I think that's important even for someone that you're just like, because then what you could do is if they start straying away from that, you could be like, excuse me. Hello, you told me this is the way you like
Right.
to communicate. And if that's not going to work, then you can cut your losses then.
Exactly. So you have a better understanding of like, okay, they're not meaning to ignore me or taking long to text back. They don't like to text.
Yeah, they don't like to text, or they like, hey,
Or-
I work from 9 to 5 and I don't have my phone on me.
Right. Like
Cool.
you just don't know what people's days are like, how they want to be reached.
Yeah.
If they do want to be reached, it's just everyone is so different. So I think, and also just knowing what you like. I love to talk. I'd rather do that. So I communicate
Yeah.
that. Literally everyone that knows me knows that. Well, because I have a podcast.
There you go. And
But,
and being in a long distance relationship for 3 years, I fell in love with being on the phone. I had to because
Right.
it was a compromise.
Right.
And it was like literally what we did for hours. And
Right.
Skyping. That's another thing. Like, oh
Right.
my God, like I hated it. But then I was like,
Skyping.
because I had to look cute. And then there would be
Right.
times where like, I'd be like, I don't look cute today.
Aw.
But yeah, there's like, I think, tell me your communication style immediately. It's not too
Right.
intimate. It's not a vulnerable question. It's just, how do you talk to
And-
me?
Right. Let's not be weird about that. 'cause
Let's not be weird.
People play games with the fucking text messages. Like that's so fucking stupid.
There's too many variants. There's too many wars. The gas is so expensive. Just
There's
tell
other
me.
things to care about versus like the fucking communicate. Like just say how you communicate, how they communicate. Just fucking be honest with each other.
But dear reader,
Jeez.
you're
Sorry.
doing great. You
You're
own
doing
a
great.
house.
Yeah.
So I think you're fine. If this dude doesn't realize how awesome you are, well,
Then on to the
his
next.
loss.
Right.
But you're gonna be good.
You'll be fine. I just think, just being honest.
You're also still healing. Like the other funny thing is
Yeah.
you don't want to like
still
what you
don't know
were
what you want.
saying.
You're coming over something. You're getting over something. You are now going into this new like chapter in your life. You're gonna figure out what you don't. It's okay to not know what you want.
Yeah, because my whole theory about like you revert back to the age you were when you were
Yes.
single.
Repeat that theory.
So the whole idea that say our young reader was with this person for 6 years and she was 21 when she met this man. They dated for 6 years. Now she's 28. And this idea that she is now a 21-year-old again.
Right. Because that's the last
time she remembers
so
being
true.
single. The same way that when my friend who was dating a dude when she was 19 years old, dated him for nearly 10 years, was wilding out in these streets because I was like, you're a 19-year-old again.
Right.
You don't know what to do with your body.
Right. Yeah, because me and my ex-boyfriend from when I was 15 to 20 years old, we broke up when I was 20. So, and I think I went, obviously the year after that I turned 21, it took me a while to get over it. But I did circle back to that 15-year-old. Being a 15-year-old, like,
while you're 21?
Right.
Oh my
when
God.
it comes to dating, like the understanding of like, wait, I thought if we have a crush on each other and like each other, let's be together. Because that's what it was in high school, right?
Yes.
But when you're older, especially when you're 21 and you're drinking and you're fucking
and you're like, why aren't we
shit.
hanging out with more time? And it's like, because I don't see you at school every day.
Right.
Like, we're not hanging out in the hallways. And you're like,
We
I
don't
can't
go to
just watch you at work. And you're like, no, that's weird.
Right. But
But that's a 15-year-old mind.
Right. It took me a while to understand, like, oh, wait, casual dating. That's what people are doing.
Yeah. You got to you got to figure it out. And like, you are in a really cool position right now where you seem to be like, the rest of your life is really dope. And that normally attracts like the other aspects of your life that you're trying to invest in. And you're making the right choices. I think a hoe phase is always fun. I think that's, I'm always team hoe phase. And then, sometimes you find the one.
Yeah.
And then
and
that's it. But
it's not just that's it. That's a different chapter.
That's a different chapter. You got to be hoe with one singular person. That's
Right.
fun too. But yeah, it's taking the time and then just being honest about communication styles.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Aw, I love that.
I love that
Such
too.
a big sister.
You're such a big sister.
You're a big sister.
I'm like a cool big sister. I'll buy you alcohol. My sister never did.
You never did?
Well, I didn't drink, so it was like she didn't have to. You know what I mean? She was like, "This is
like,
easy."
She never got you alcohol.
There were times that my friends would be like, "Can you get us weed?" And I'd be like, "Claire, can you get us weed?" And she'd be like, oh, "Fine." Like it would just be like she would just be like, oh, "It's so embarrassing that you're like,
Right.
You and your friends don't know how to get weed." I was like, I would not know how to get weed if it wasn't for my sister.
It's so crazy because obviously we're in California, but like there was a time. Well, you don't smoke anything, but there was a time where we would have to like have drug dealers.
Yeah.
For weed.
Okay.
Which is, I know anyone else that's not in LA or California or in the states that are legal are probably like, duh, bitch. But like when you're in a place where it's legal for, I think, 6 years now?
Yeah.
It's like so weird to think like, oh yeah, we had like that dealer for weed.
Yo, I will tell you right now, when Washington State legalized weed, and that was, oh God, I'm going to get, people are going to make fun of me. I think it was like 2012 that happened,
Sounds
right?
about
It was the
right,
second time Obama became president.
Yeah.
And I remember I was with my ex at the time and we went to go see his dealer and we were sitting on the couch and the dealer was like, man, fuck this. Like, this is terrible for small business owners like me. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
and he's like
these deal. Yeah,
yeah, because he was a dealer. And then it was like, literally, he was just like, my ex was like, well, bro, now you can work at dispensaries where they can give you like health care. And he's like, motherfucker, I don't need health care. I need like my cash and money. He's like, fuck this like corporate
I'm not trying
shit.
to pay taxes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pay taxes and that bullshit. And he's like, nah, fuck that. And now he works at
I was
like
gonna say all the people that complained about it now
work at weed dispensaries. And like also like he works at one of the worst weed dispensaries in Seattle right now. And so it's like I see him and he just looks miserable as fuck. And it's like you could still support small business owners.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really weird to think that it like kind of isolated. But now it's like you just do more like hardcore drugs. It's like now he's the guy you hit up for like ecstasy or like LSD.
Yeah, we always need those people.
Yeah, those are, because not everything is like euphoria. I'm sorry. No. It's not that scary. Like my Fez is a very chill dude. Kind of talks like Fez.
My Fez was like an Instagram model and like really pretty.
And she just sold weed for funsies?
Sorry, not for weed. It was
for like Molly and fun shit for party drugs.
For party
Whoa,
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But
and she was just
sense.
like,
it's LA. Like,
yeah, but she was just like a cute, like little,
very cute, like Instagram, like really pretty, like very, yeah.
I love that storyline.
I know,
because I do think that's the one thing that I felt like Euphoria caught was like the fact that like I've had a crush. Like I felt Lexi's story made sense to me because I was like, oh, I've dated a Fez. Like we've all had crushes on Fez. I always known a Fez.
Yeah, maybe not like they looked like Fez, but I've definitely
Fez vibes.
Fez vibes. I've definitely have like dated or like made out with guys who were like, you just knew were like drug dealers.
And like mad questionable.
Very questionable, because you're like, I think you do more than just dealing drugs. Like you just know that they're doing something else and you don't know.
Exactly. And there's someone, they were the dude's house that you go to that you felt uncomfortable in daylight. You were just sitting there and you were like, it's 3 p.m. and I don't want to be here.
Like, I shouldn't be here right now.
I should not be here. This is like when raids happen, is at like 3 p.m., you know? That's why that scene happens in bright daylight. You're like, that makes sense.
True.
That's very, that kind of vibes.
Fez. He's so fine.
Justice for Fez, man. He's a great dude. And he's a real life Oakland motherfucker who kicks it.
Oh, we both are from Oakland.
Yeah.
I'm not from Oakland, but I'm going to live in Oakland.
Are you repping Oakland?
I'm repping Oakland.
First of all, you Valley bitch.
That
you are
really
you are LA for life. You're taking that out,
Oakland.
are you? I live in the Oakland. I like the Athletics. I'm a Raiders fan, and everyone's like, they're in Vegas. Like you're not.
Brian's
like,
a Raiders fan because yeah,
because you live long.
Right.
I have to say though, shout out to Raiders fans. Y'all are like, they're the most dedicated people in the world, and they're like generations. Like literally I have no friends that are like, I'm a Raiders fan because my dad's a Raider fan, and he's like, and then you ask him and he's like, I'm a Raiders fan because my grandfather was a Raiders fan. It's like,
that's
whoa.
Actually, I don't know sports.
Oh, I just am working at a bar, you just learn this shit. The two most dedicated fans I think are the Oakland Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles fans just suck. Sorry. Y'all just like, you burn cars when you win and you burn cars when you lose. Okay? It just seems like you burn them for anything.
So much hate. People are like, I love the Eagles.
And you know what? Sure. You guys won a Super Bowl. That's tight. Anyways, still think you guys are, as someone who's worked at a bar and has interacted with a lot of the fans, they get drunk the fastest because they don't eat beforehand. And then Raiders fans,
specific?
No, it's specific because Raiders fans, they know how to tailgate,
right?
And they'll eat. They have like full, like not even ribs, but like a full pig on like a spit roast. Like, there are like,
Harrison,
there are people
HK.
that Oakland, yes, pretty much. He's spit roasting over there. He's like, I love football, you know? But like, I mean, I had a friend whose family was on like the Guy Fieri show because they were such Oakland tailgaters. Like they were very famous about the food they made. So, plug yourself. That's your episode.
I was gonna say something, but then the conversation just went like completely random.
Go back. Where would you want to go?
I mean, it doesn't make sense
it's your
now.
Show. Who cares?
But,
it's your fucking show.
Going back to Obama.
Okay, Obama.
I've had brocotherapy since Obama was in office. That's how long brocotherapy. Like I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I've had this show since Obama was in office. That's how long.
So
I've been
09?
doing this. Sorry, no. It was when he was like at the last. It's 2016.
2016. So he had just left office,
or he was leaving. Like Trump just got elected. Was when I started.
Oh my god!
But Obama was our president at that time, so it was like obviously at the end.
Oh my god!
09?
Well, no, because 08 is when the election happened, and then inauguration is 09.
Right.
I'm not an idiot. I know my facts about presidents. Okay, but okay. So you've been doing this one. It was like when they called him a lame duck, where he was just like, I'm president, but there's nothing I can do. This terrible turd is about to take over.
Like
my
we were
reins.
already kind of It was.
Oh my god! Wow,
isn't that crazy?
That's so much fun.
Right?
This is how you got through the Trump years.
I did. Honestly, that's what I say. It's like a timestamp. And people are like, my kids are like, I wonder what my grandma was doing in Trump years.
And you could be like, I was fine. Like the world was on fire, but I was doing my part.
I was fucking and sucking.
I was fucking and sucking and making people laugh.
Right. Trying to get through it.
Is that your new merch? Sucking and fucking and making them laugh. Sucking and fucking and making them chuckle.
I like that.
There you go. That's a soap
and then we'll
right
put
there.
in quotes, Rose
McAleese, who knows presidents and football fans. I don't know. Second, I would say, okay, sorry. I would be like, the second worst fans would probably be the Broncos, but that's a personal thing.
I know Brian
anyways.
right now, I could hear him in my head just like fangirling over this conversation because he like loves sports so much that he would be
sports. Sorry, I don't know why I made fun of that. I think what's really, you know what girls on TikTok don't do enough? We don't make fun of like how passionate men are about sports. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you get like a guy, if I was to say, like here you were being like, oh my God, you're gonna get so many haters about Eagle fans. And we're emotional? like, you know what I mean? Like that's the one thing I could be like, yo, LeBron James sucks. I don't believe that. But I could say that and people would be like, she doesn't fucking know shit. She's a
Right.
girl. You got a uterus. You don't know how to play triple bottles, basketball, you know, and I'd just be like, okay, and we're emotional. Like,
Right.
I just think that, to fix world hunger and, create world peace, women need to go after men more about their obsession with sports.
I love
my
that.
TED Talk.
You know what I was like? This is the most random thing ever.
This is the random episode.
But
Let's go.
I just love it because this, like, just this kind of like a feminist like commentary.
Yeah.
I was just binge watching like Candace Owens on YouTube.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Talking about Chris Tucker?
No, just talking about like feminism and shit.
Oh,
and I just like
that
thought it was
dumb bitch.
I thought it was just the most hilarious thing ever. So I just thought of her. I just could hear Candace Owens like
Right. What's your damage?
But then
Candace?
also like I'm like I can't stand Lena Dunham.
Oh,
so I'm
I
like
hate her
Lena
too.
Dunham.
I hate her too.
I'm like, and she's always like she like looks at feminists all like Lena Dunham, and I'm like,
I know. I think that's the thing that I
was
hate
like,
about Lena Dunham.
You're making everyone like.
And you know what the thing about Lena is? Lena's like,
can't
I'll
stand her.
do it. I'll be your feminist icon. And we're like, bitch, don't stop. Come back to enemy lines.
Right.
Like, why? What are you
Just chill.
doing?
You're making it very intense.
This is why men hate us, right? Like we get like
shut the fuck
that's another
up.
way that we can end world hunger and start world peace is that we all agree that we're like, yo, the spectrum of Lena Dunham's white feminists that are very problematic and Candace Owens Republicans that just don't know when to shut the fuck up. Like those are two women we also don't like.
right.
Like
Right.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I can't stand them. But it was just fun. I just thought of that.
Why can't we just unify over that? Like in a weird way, aren't they
Right.
Russia? You know, just like fuck them. You know, you just want attention so badly.
You're like, let's redefine feminism and be like, it is not what they are.
It's not what they are. Like literally, just think when you think of feminists, just erase.
Just race Lena Dunham
and Candace Owens.
Candace,
like
the-
just,
yeah,
I mean,
oh,
she doesn't even want to be a
fucking
feminist.
But Lena Dunham especially, that is
Just
no.
Like hard pass. You know, like a Oakland Raiders touchdown, hard pass. Like just get it. You know, off sports.
I'm like doing.
Where did it go wrong? Where in this episode did it go wrong? There's gonna be a podcast investigation
Of,
like serial of like where did this episode go wrong? Where did it go off the heels? And it's gonna be like, I'm Hannah Montgomery and I am here to figure out how brokegirl therapy went off the reels.
And we have Candace Owens too.
And she's just like fuck
dissecting
bitches.
vocal therapy.
They're terrible. I want to go back to being in the kitchen. I don't know if she
Right.
actually says that. I think
Something
she
like
does.
that, yeah.
We had it so much easier back when we only had to have bank accounts with our husbands. I think I literally heard her say something like that.
Yeah, there was a bunch
She also
of,
wants us to invade Canada. Like, she's like big about like, let's go and look at the stupid Canada. Did
When you got
my-
here.
Yeah, I was like, did I plug myself?
No,
Usually
plug
that's how
yourself.
you end these episodes.
Plug
It's
yourself.
just me being like, I'm Rose McAleese, and you can find me at Rosetta Stone
That's funny.
to send me all your hate mail about if I shit talked about your sports team. I'm sorry.
I feel like you've pissed a lot of people off.
And you know what's weird
the
is
Republicans.
well, fuck them. I don't really care if I piss off a Republican. Honestly, I don't. I'm
you
sorry.
pissed off white people before.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's my thing as a
Sports, like different sports. Yeah,
I love
don't know,
sports, but like, you know,
legal, whatever. I don't even fucking know these.
there you go. You can't offend because you don't know.
I don't know.
So you're smarter than me.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. And it also is like, I don't know, maybe it's like better for your skin. I don't know. People are just like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, educate your hoes. Educate yourself, hoes. I don't know.
Okay.
Plug yourself.
Okay, thank you.
I have to do another one.
What was this episode? Okay, you guys can follow me at Stefanie Maegan or go to brokegirltherapy.com. All that shit is there. Send me more stories, guys. The more stories you get, the more episodes y'all gonna get. I love ya.
Okay,
bye.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
So sorry.
Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.